rematch of 2012. Pat Snyder then resigned as a radio talk show host on the Wausau station. Now I think he's been on Sean Duffy's staff?
Yes, I think he's outreach coordinator or something like that.
Okay, so you have a rematch.
She's got a financial advantage. She's been working aggressively. She's basically been running since she lost in 2014.
Yeah.
It'll be a different environment this time around now. The caveat is, Wausau is not necessarily like really deep blue territory, all right? It's a Dem-leaning seat, top of the ticket. Back in 2014, the American Federation for Children was a big boost to Dave Heaton. While some Republicans have already said this race is done, don't pay attention to it, she's going to win. Hearing that AFC is going to be going in there or has gone in there is going to help doing something for Snyder, so they're not going to abandon it. But if I had to pick one seat likely to flip, that would be it right now.
This is an issue that comes up because here in our county, they voted for a $25 wheel tax. Only 1 year for 2017, so it does come up. And I asked the voters at the door, since I am new, would be new in the assembly, what do they think of an idea of raising the fuel tax if it goes directly to the roads, which that new Constitution Amendment locked it in. So a high majority, I would say, let's say 9 out of 10, are in agreement that, yeah, they would see a raise in the fuel tax in order to provide for the roads. Now, I also think that we do need to take a look at the audit of the DOT. I did hear the thoughts about the new construction maybe being postponed and more of the money going in to local and counties as well as maintenance for these roads.
Republicans need to take responsibility for the fact that they've been in charge for 6 years and haven't addressed this issue. In Wausau alone, we have the city and the county each proposing a $20 or $25 wheel tax. So my constituents are looking at $40 to $50 in increased fees at the local level to compensate for the misadministration of transportation funding by the Republicans in Wisconsin. I am willing to do what it takes to fill that gap, but those things are all clearly politically unpopular. I will be more than happy once the leadership is there to support a responsible resolution across the aisle. Programs have been cut, teachers are leaving the profession, kids are seeing higher class sizes, we have significantly fewer wraparound services, mental health services, and we have more poverty in our schools, so greater needs. So this is simply not sustainable. We will not be able to maintain the quality of public education in Wisconsin if we continue the trajectory that Republicans have set.
I now have a daughter who's a 4th grade teacher at Weston Elementary, and I am going to do everything in my power to make sure that there's an increase in the K through 12 funding for education.
If a voucher school is really such a great school, and I do believe that there are good voucher schools and private schools that receive public funding, then they should be willing to accommodate the rules that go along with receiving that public funding. So we should be able to move them into the public charter system. And we can slowly but surely phase out those seats as kids graduate or as the schools close because they are not meeting the needs of our communities and our children.
The money should follow the students. I think the parents should have a choice on the educational path for their child. I do like the fact now that if someone chooses a voucher, that the levy is there to be able to make up for the money that is lost to the school district. But I think that's the best option, and I do also think that the standards that are set now for that are fine. Well, when I talk with the different businesses and manufacturers, and I had mentioned earlier that there were 600 job openings in manufacturing, and currently they pay anywhere from $12 to $16 an hour, starting pay. Some of the setbacks of eligibility for that, though, unfortunately ties in that can't pass the drug test, and some even have soft people skills that aren't real well. They don't show up consistently, they'll take off after a couple of weeks' work. So I think if there's ways to somehow educate these employees that, in the proper soft skills they might need, and also get them off the drugs, that those type of double-digit jobs are available.
While elected in 2013-14, I strongly supported the increase to $10.10 an hour. That was tiered over 3 years, and I think that is a more than reasonable compromise to make sure that we're increasing wages and independence for families that do work, while also making it possible for our businesses to adjust in a timely manner to that increase.
Sponsors for Wisconsin Eye's 2016 campaign coverage: Wisconsin Hospital Association, Wisconsin Counties Association, Wisconsin League of Municipalities, 5 Nines IT Solutions, AT&T Wisconsin,